going on, guys? What's going on? Hope all is well. Hope all is well, man. Hey, you know, just showing up today, and it's lovely Friday. It's raining out here. It's doing what it does, right? It's just doing what it does. But man, um, wanted to just hop on here and really share a lot of different things. Share a lot of different things in life, um, and be present with it, right? Y'all like my shirt? That's a horrible idea. What time? Right? That's a horrible idea. What time? I like this shirt, man. I seen it and I was like, man, okay, this shirt is definitely moving me. So I was like, man, I'm gonna wear this shirt today. But today, man, we got a powerful show going on today, man, and it's I'm super excited about it and just what it presents for it and all of that stuff. So um today, man, two, season two, episode 4, man, is very intriguing to really um just be in the present. Just be in the present. It's great to release, right? It's great to release some things in life and just kind of allow us to just be be within it. And so today I'm going to be talking about and the lovely um, information of direction. Like, which direction do you need to take? Like, we talk about a lot about it's a transformation season. Talk about a lot about transformation, but a lot of the times we don't talk about the direction that we go. So when it comes down to transformation, having a person that's been working on himself for a long time and really places a lot of work into. I don't um, just talk about it, so to speak. Not one of those guys that just talk about his transformation and and don't apply it, in life. And it can be considered. You know, last week we was talking about life insurance, and it was kind of like, oh, man, that's a serious topic right there. Talking about life insurance. But this week we're just going to talk about direction. You know, a lot of the times when it comes down to transformation, we can have the direction. I mean, we have lack of direction, so to speak. We have lack of direction because we feel like we got to always add on things. We always feel like we got to add on things. And I heard this something. I heard the statement, and it made so much sense to me. And the statement went like this: when you write down the things that you're not, write down the things that you're not, and it absolutely identify the things that you are. Write the things down that you're not. Like, I'm not arrogant, I'm not egotistical, I'm not these things, and it'll identify the things that you are. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, you know. But that's how I'm gonna kick this show off. So welcome to Battle Tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand. Like I told about last week, man, I got a lot of energy, man. And if you want some of this energy, I got you. But that's what we talk about. We talk about direction now, man, and that kind of spins it off to today. Like really, like, okay, when we think about direction, which direction do we take? We take a left, we take a right, we take a center, we take a back seat. What type of direction do we take in the space of life? Because sometimes you got so many, especially when your ears are super covered, right? Or you got so many things, that directions that you pull from. You got these different directions that you kind of pull from. It's like, what direction do I take? Do I take it on Monday? Do I take it on like Do I take it on advice? This is my advice. Do I take this type of advice? It's like, it's so many things. Everybody's an expert. Everybody's an expert. But for me, I just talk about for me personally, Brandon. I I share my experiences. See, I've been battle tested. I'm sure you've been battle tested. If you're here right now, I want you to subscribe. Subscribe to Battle Tested podcast on YouTube. Battle Tested podcast on YouTube. And definitely follow me on Mr. Dominique 2.0 on IG and TikTok. Right? So back to it. Subscribe and hit the button. Hit the little button, right? Subscribe. Go over there and subscribe. But back to it. You really have to think about your I wouldn't say you have to think about it. I would offer you to think about when it comes down to transformation. When you're thinking about your transformation, like you got these gifts, you got these talents, you got all of these different things in your space. Like, what do you do with it? Like a lot of people go to therapy. Therapy is becoming normal a lot more now. Like before, 20 years ago, therapy wasn't normal. Like 20 years ago, therapy wasn't normal. You're gonna see me drinking on this big old thing of water right here, right? Gotta get you some Eternal. I'm not marketing for Eternal, but water's good. I need a market. Hey, somebody can shoot me a good old shout out to someone that does the water distribution. They can shoot me a good water distributor. I definitely a good sponsor would be great. But we're gonna drink Eternal today. That good water, man. Water's good for you. Make sure you hydrate, okay? Make sure you hydrate. But I would definitely tell you to really like hone in on what direction you want to take. Do you like write down 3? Let me tell you something. Let me give you a practice, something that really that helped me. It wasn't a large list or anything like that. Okay, before I went into the military, right? Let me tell you this story right here. And it really catapulted my life. Before I went into the military, before I even took a step in the military, in 2005, right? In 2005, before I took a step in the military, I said, okay, I did a little bit of research when the internet, the internet was just kicking off back then, right? It was in the baby stages. Now the internet is like you got Wi-Fi. That was before phones was like you could pick up your phone and be like, then your Apple came around. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But all right, cool. So I think it was 2005. I had just sworn in the military. I swore in the military in December 28th, 29th of 2004. And then for the Air Force, right? So before I went in the Air Force, I was like, man, okay. What 3 goals do I want to have? I just want to make 3 goals. I made 3 goals. I was locked in on those 3 goals. I said I want those 3 goals was 1, I wanted to make BTZ. If you don't know about the Air Force, BTZ is this here. Airman below the zone, right? You get your stripe 6 months earlier than you were supposed to get it on, right? So that means 6 months more pay. That means possible upgrade to if you test and cycle, then you can be able to test and all of that stuff too. So 6 months. So they sent me to Iraq. Boom. All right, cool. I'm not gonna get to that. So I made 3 goals. One of them, goal number one, going into it was this. I said I'm getting BTZ. I locked it in. I said I'm getting BTZ because I was like, man. I looked it up. I was like, yeah, they wearing those banana. We call them banana hats, right? We call them banana hats. So they was wearing the banana. I was like, nah, I ain't really rocking no banana hat. That ain't really, my head too big. Like my head too big, so I ain't rocking that. So I was like, I'm gonna wear a beret, right? So I gotta go and be a police because I said I was going to school to be a police anyways. Because I had dreams and aspirations. I don't have those anymore. I don't have those anymore. But I had dreams and aspirations to go and do law enforcement. Don't have those anymore after the military. Don't at all. Zero. I don't have those. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's what I did. So I went head first in. I said I made 3 goals, and here's goal number 1. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, I like to get practical. The reason why I share this with you is because we have to have a direction in life to go somewhere, right? It's just like I get sidetracked, but I'm gonna share it anyway. You know how GPS? You got to put something in the GPS, right? You got to put an address in the GPS. If you ain't got the address, it will pull it up for you. But if you ain't got the address in the GPS, you can't go nowhere. Think about that. You have no direction. You're not telling the car where, you're not telling the GPS where you want to go. If you don't put it in there, so transformation is just the same. Transformation is just the same. Or you're going to stay stuck. You can stay stuck if you want to. I'm just going to give you some game right here to kind of give you a little bit of whatever it is. Right? As you guys can see, I'm on my phone today. Don't worry about it. Battle tested moment. It's fine. But we adapt and overcome, though. All right, cool. So let's get back to the game. So when it comes down to BTC, right, you get your stripe 6 months early. Boom. So before I went in the military, I was locked in. I said, I'm going to get BTC. Hey, like 50 Cent said, I'm going to get BTC on my die trying. Right? Like, that's what I was doing. Right? So they sent me to Iraq. Man, I got to my first base. You know, even going in the military, I went to basic training, and then I went to tech school. You know, I was talking to my boy about this the other day. I was talking to him, but I got green rope. I was a green rope in tech school, right? So I did the basics of it, right? I was a little small leader, right? Little micro leader, right? Just march people around. All right, get my LOA. All right, get my LOA, bro. Like, that's the only thing I want. Get my LOA. Boom, let's keep on pressing, right? So that's what it was. So went to my first base, volunteering and doing all these different things or whatever. Got into base paper in Japan. I was in Japan. Japan was my first duty station, right? So Japan was my first duty station, and I had an unbelievable time. Unbelievable, right? That's all I can say. It's just unbelievable. The wild things you do in Japan as a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. Okay, cool. So we ain't gonna go in that story though. We can go down the side, but we're gonna stay focused, right? So they sent me to Iraq. We were supposed to go for 6 months, right? We were supposed to go for 6 months, but we went for 10 months. We went for 10 months. We was doing detainee operations out there. Detainee operations in Iraq, Camp Buka, Iraq. And by the way, I don't know if I told you guys, but about a month ago, I just came home from that. Emotionally, I just came home from that after 20 years. 20 years. So you just imagine when people, and I went through Landmark all last year. So that's how the power of Landmark. It was just a simple conversation. But when you start pulling those weeds up, you know, you can be able to really impact yourself and stuff. So, you know, it's so thankful that I had that opportunity to do that. And you have the opportunity as well, because I'm going to actually be bringing the registration manager on here shortly. I'm going to bring him on here so he can give you guys a little bit about, I'm going to ask him a question, Q&A type of deal, but we're going to get that thing to going here shortly. Okay. But I was in there. I was out there. I was doing my thing. Like, I was out there doing my thing. Like, almost got like freaking, oh my gosh. Like, almost, like, I remember this, one of these detainees, it was February 2007. February 2007. It was doing changeover. Man, one of those detainees got a pole. He got a one of those tent poles. Yeah, it's crazy. We giving them everything, and they can take us out. Right? They pulled a tent pole out, and he freaking smashed it against a shield. Right? He smashed it against a shield. So crazy. But we had, you know what I mean, we was doing our thing out there. I was working QRF, Quick Response Force. And the reason why I'm sharing this story with you is these are some of the things that, like, that I put me on the path to BTC, right? Direction. So let's get back on that. So out there for 10 months, I ended up getting BTC. So I put my stripe on 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks? About a week. I put it on a week. Put my stripe on a week. I put my stripe on a week prior to my 2-year anniversary in the Air Force. So, hey, boom. All right, cool. So did that, and it was exciting. It was definitely exciting. It was an experience. It was an unbelievable experience to actually do something you say you wanted to do. Boom. So that was the first goal, right? So first goal, we got knocked out, checked it off. The box got checked, right? The box got checked. And you got to think about it. When you write these things down, you're telling the universe, this is what I desire in life, period. Don't be thinking about, like, I had forgot about it. I put it out there and I forgot about it. Like, honestly, but I locked it in my brain, but I forgot about it. I forgot about my goals, so to speak. I forgot my goals because I was locked in, right? So I wrote them down. I left them. I made them plain. I made my goals plain, simple. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I wasn't even in the military yet. So I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I had direction, right? I allowed the universe to do what it does, and I had direction. So my direction was BTZ, period. My second goal, right? Because I got BTZ, my second goal, I was able to test early, right? I was able to test early. See, had I not got BTZ, boom. Had I not got BTZ, guess what? I would have never tested early for Staff Sergeant, E5. So that brings me to my second goal, is to make E5 first time. It was to make E5 first time in the military. Boom. I didn't know how to do it. The how was never my thing. It was never my on my radar. The how was never on my radar. And that's crazy that I think about that now. It makes me to think about it now because it's like the how. The how is not, the direction. You just need to know. You need to know exactly what you desire, the direction you want to take. And you don't need to know the how. The how doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Guys, you've been through too many things. If you're on battle tested, what doesn't break you builds your brand. Like, you've been through too many things. So you're not sitting here to just be sitting here. You wouldn't sit here for an hour, would you? That's not something you would do, would it? Right? So, boom. So I made BTZ and then Staff Sergeant, right? So I just kept on going. I had just come back from Iraq, I just come back from Iraq doing 10 months. 10 months out there, bro. Like, I was doing 10 months out there. It's crazy the amount of things I seen and did and experienced. Crazy. But we're gonna go on this on goal 2, right? So I got back, I was back for about 3 months. Those 3 months, I killed the game, man. I killed the game, bro. Like, I killed the game. I murdered the game. In just 3 months, with accumulation of the other 9 months, right? It was with accumulation of the other 8 months, really. It was really 7 months. The only accumulation of the other 7 months. Because July, we kind of just shut down, right? We just kind of shut down. In August, we was flying back. We was in transit. We was 2 weeks back at our home station. We was a week of in processing, 2 weeks of R&R. Like, we was that. And we didn't go back to work. And I probably went back to work like 4 days, maybe. And, yeah. I went back to work like 4 days, maybe. And, man, I was so tired, bro. Whew, I still remember it. But I tell you, when I went back at the end of September, right? Because I took September off. I ended up getting married, and I got married in 19 days. Don't tell nobody that, though. No, I got married in 19 days. It was a great experience. I was married for 13 years and a month, right, until her transition. But I got married, right? I got married, and then I asked my flight chief. I said, "Hey, Sergeant Simmons, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to win an award? I ain't never won an award before, bro." He said, "You got to look at all your peers. You got to look at all your peers, and you got to be better than them." Man, let me tell you. Like, some people would hear that. Some people would hear that and don't do no action behind that. So now you hear that. Are you going to take action behind it? You got to look at all your peers, and you got to be better than them. You got to look at all your peers, and you got to be better than them. Let me tell you, he told me that. Game over. Game over. In 3 months, I went from in the crowd with everybody else to Team Yokota, Airman of the Quarter. Team Yokota, Airman of the Quarter. When I say Team Yokota, Airman of the Quarter, I'm talking about I was responding to everything. I'm talking about like, man, I'm doing extra stuff. I'm in school too. I'm setting myself apart. See, you gotta look at all your peers and you gotta be better than them. It's the race is only you. It's nobody else in this race. You are the only person in this race. But you gotta realize that. Like, doesn't matter what nobody else is doing. It's on you, buddy. But he told me that, man, it was game over for me. Team Yokota, Airman of the Quarter, man. Like, in 3 months, I killed the game. And I won 5th Air Force Airman of the Year. 12 outstanding Airmen of the Year. 12 outstanding Airmen of the Year for the 5th Air Force. That means the #1 airman in Japan. I did not set out to do that. I promise you I didn't. That was not my goal, but my goal was, and the reason why I share this with you right now, at this moment, they ended up sending me to Ecuador. They sent me to Ecuador for 6 months. So guess what? I got BTZ. If I never got BTZ, I wouldn't have put my stripe on until, I wasn't going to put my stripe on until I put it on August 30th, I think. I put it on August 30th. So I wouldn't have put it on until February. I would have been testing in cycle. But because I got BTZ, I've had my stripe on, right? And so they sent me to Ecuador. So guess what? I test out of cycle now. I get to test out of cycle, right? And what's testing out of cycle? That means I get to, that's enough. I heard Eden Cunningham, the new general manager for the Atlanta Falcons, he said this. He said something that was very intriguing. It made me think of this right here. He said, this is the last year we will only have 5 picks. He said, this is the last year we will only have 5 picks. The more time you hit at bats, the more time you get at bats, the more time you get to knock it out. Right? And so that's one of the things I looked at it. Boom. Same difference, right? The same difference. And so the absolute same difference. And the thing is this year, I test out a cycle. I want to have some fun in Japan. I mean, not Japan. We had some fun in Ecuador. Had an amazing time in Ecuador. We was at the Howard Johnson. We had a blast. They had fishbowl. Man, I tell you, we had some stories out there. Man, we had some stories, right? Some kids got made out there and they had to get sent back home early. Everything, yeah. Some kids, yep. Some kids got made out there. Like, I think they just turned 18 to 20 something now. They just turned 20 something because that was like 20 years ago now. Yeah, he's about to be 20. That's crazy. We had a blast. But I ended up testing out a cycle. So guess what? So I get back home from Ecuador. They throw me in training because I'm 5th Air Force Airman of the Year, right? They like, we ain't gonna send him back on flight. Nah, we gonna put him in training. Put him as an intro program manager, right? So I did that and I tested, and I was in there doing for a PT test, like anybody that came in, all that, right? So I was in charge of that. Man, I became a CPR instructor and everything. And I tell you this, I tested out of cycle. And found out about my son. My wife was pregnant with my son. What a celebration and congratulations, right? So I ended up testing out cycle. Ended up December supplemental listing. Staff Sergeant Brandon Abbey, right? So it was exciting. Boom. I just kept on moving forward. We had to end up going to England, and that's goal 2, right? I made it first time. And I put it on at 3 years. 3 years, 9 months, Yeah, 3 years, 9 months, and like 20 some days. Like 3 years, 9 months, and like 20 some days. Yeah, I was that guy. So BTC, I actually put it on during that time. It was 3 years, 9 months, and I think 25 days. Yeah, something like that. And I had the opportunity to do it, and it was great, get great experience and all that stuff. And but that was my goal too, right? I had these huge goals in life. It's a direction, but I had a direction. I knew where I wanted to go. I didn't care about the how. The how didn't matter to me. The how didn't matter, but I just had to do the what it was. What did I desire in my heart? In my heart of hearts, what did I desire? Because even at this time, I had been battle tested, right? I grew up in Mississippi. Man, I had to figure it out in life. I don't want to go too depth on that, but I had to figure it out in life for real. It was some nights that, I had to really figure it out. So that's right. I mean, that's step 2 right there. Boom. I got goal number 2. I had a direction. I knew what I wanted, and I allowed the how to be whatever it was. However it was gonna happen. However it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen. Okay, cool. So then we talking about 3, right? So at this point, we less than 4 years in the military at this point, right? Um, it carries on. It carries on, right? It carries on. But they got me overseas, so I went from Japan per diem to England per diem, right? See, I had no idea how the universe was going to put this thing together because I never knew the what. I never knew the how. I never knew the how. The how never mattered to me. The how never mattered to me. And it goes back into last week's show when we talked about life insurance and cancer insurance and accident insurance, and we talked about critical illness insurance. The how does not matter, right? Like most people ask when they get cancer or accident, how did this happen? I don't know. Like, that's what we got to look at life as a divine alignment. Your divine alignment was to get cancer, whatever that is for you, right? It's not on everybody's checklist. Some people, it's not on, like, kidney diseases. It's not on everybody's checklist. Being an alcoholic is not on everybody's checklist. Speaking of which, I actually just seen a guy on my Facebook just yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's just like, you just shake your head, right? Like, but I'm back on point. Let's get back to, got to lock back in, right? Direction. Remember I talked about direction. Talking about that is not on direction, right? So I'm focused on direction. Okay, cool. So my third goal, and I didn't even know anything about life insurance. Like, I knew about life insurance because, like I told last week, when I was in Afghanistan, and then I nearly got blown up. It was a 82 millimeter recoilless rifle round that landed directly across the street from my compound in Afghanistan. Right? And so that was the case. And so with that being the case, boom. I have been on these deployments, man. We talking about, at this point, I'm 3 deployments down. Bro. Like, for real. I'm 3 deployments down. I got hella decorations and awards and all that stuff, man. Like, hey, one of the biggest things that you got to do is to how I'm able to really recollect a large of the stuff that I say on here is through my journal, right? Like, through my journal, I was able to to utilize the journal that I created, the Journey of Being 30-day guided journal to acceptance, transformation, and mastery. I downloaded it and I used it, right? I got the actual physical copy. You go on Amazon and get the physical copy, or you could just DM me. I got you, Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0. You can just like, hey, go. Let's go. Hey, and that's the biggest thing is, but I use my journal so I'm able to recollect a lot of things that I've experienced in life. So I would definitely tell you, join my Discord. Join my Discord and download the journal. You get it for free. You get the journal for free. The same thing you can go on Amazon and pay for. You can get it for free though. You can just get the digital. It's gonna be the digital copy, but you can print it off if you desire. Let's go. Like join the Discord, right? And subscribe. Subscribe to Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube. The reason why I say subscribe to Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube is because this is season 2 of Battle Tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand. And we're talking about direction, right? We're talking about direction. Direction is one of those key things that you need. Like if you ain't got direction, then you on the wayside, and you got to subtract things, not add things, right? You got to subtract. You subtract see, one of the biggest things for me is I'm subtracting things I've experienced in life. I can be able to talk about it. Like this weekend, I got a communications course. I got an advanced course, a communications course all weekend. It's cool. It's cool. You know, it's all good. It's all good. But the biggest thing is I'm excited about it because I can have a different conversation with people. Like, imagine having an affinity of love and being able to have a conversation with people. Right, but we'll get to that. We gonna let's table that for a second because I gotta finish this number 3. We're gonna go back to number 3 on got it. Direction. Right? I'm practicing myself too. So think about this. 3 was to make 300,000 by 30. Right? 300,000 by 30. $300,000 by 30 years old. See, we're talking about these goals are something that I made before I even went to the military. We talking about I'm 20 years old. 20 years old at this point. Not even 20, 19 years old. I was 19 years old when I thought of these goals. And so I didn't, 300,000, I was like, man, I'm gonna make 300,000 by 30. I just threw a number out there. It had no significance on it. But I never knew the how I was gonna do it though. I never knew the how. I never knew the how. The how was never my thing. So ask yourself, what if you remove the how in your life? What if you remove the how in your life? You just focus on whatever it was that you wanted, your desire. Remove the how, just focus on your desire. What if you remove, I repeat, what if you remove the how, you just focus on your desire, whatever it is, not however it's going to be. Whatever it is, not however it's going to be. Because however it's going to be, it's going to be that anyways. However it is going to be. You hear the word how in the beginning of that? In the whatever you desire in life is out there waiting for you too. Let me tell you, man, I made 300,000. I crushed that. I spent 4.5. I probably made 300,000 just in England on my deployments. Like I went to Iraq. I went to Iraq the second time, and then Afghanistan, and then I was getting per diem. Yeah, I destroyed 300,000 just in 4.5 years. I was in England. Yeah, that wasn't even in close. Like, what? I destroyed that. I had a blast. Like, I had a blast. When it comes down to this year, man, I had an amazing career. And then, but those are my 3 goals. But I never knew the how. So ask yourself this question. If you remove the how out of your equation, what would life look like for you? I know I be serious as heck sometimes. You know, I gotta loosen up. I heard that before. I gotta loosen up. But I talk about some serious stuff though. I talk about some real stuff too. Like if you remove the how though, just remove the how. Just three little letters, right? Three little letters. Three little letters. You just remove that. Just remove it. Take it out of the way. Take it out the way. We're gonna go back. While you think about that, I'm gonna take me a hydration break. Gotta hydrate. Make sure you hydrate now. That's a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea. But $300,000, I had an amazing time. I spent some time over trying overseas, and that's the biggest thing is what do you desire? Desire. Now, it's several books that I've read, and one book that I think about is Think and Grow Rich. Think, and grow rich. It didn't say think about it, 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 overanalyze it, overanalyze it, overanalyze it, overanalyze it, and then get rich. It didn't say that. It said think and grow rich. It said one thing. Think and grow rich. So you take an action, you think, and then you grow rich. It never said anything about how in there, did it? It never said think and then figure out how you're gonna grow rich. I wouldn't read that book. I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't. And this book was written by Napoleon Hill. Okay, book was written by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. It is still to this day. It was written so long ago. Still to this day, this book is still being purchased. Still being purchased. I don't have one beside me. I think it's in a closet. But Think and Grow Rich, phenomenal book. Phenomenal book. So when I say use the what, whatever you desire, you can have. Just imagine like you a genie. You a genie. You got a magic wand. A magic wand, and you have the ability to get whatever you desire in life. Right? So boom. You get whatever you get 3 wishes. 3 wishes. For me, all right? For me at this point in my life, you know, for me at this point in my life, plane, private jet, my own private jet, a private jet, um, some money, private jet, money, and and spending time in spending time with family. Like when I say family, I'm talking my own family, like my kids, to be married again, so all that stuff. So I would say that. So think about I never had how all that stuff is gonna happen though. But think about listen to what I'm saying. Think about what you want, and then you just put it out there. Just put it out there. And I just put myself on the spot too. Those are the big ones. Those are the big goals. I gotta y'all already know. I ain't even gotta explain that. It's in my phone. It's in my phone. So I ain't gotta explain that. I got this notes. I had to download this stuff on here and put it on there. Yeah, it's crazy. But think about what you want out of life. Think about it, right? I want this. Like, no matter, you are battle tested. I'm sure you've been battle tested. Being battle tested doesn't matter anymore. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I've been recollecting. recollecting, recollecting. I don't know. Recollect. I've just been sitting here recollect about how far I've come over the last 5 years And you think about the direction. Like if I never had direction to where I wanted to go, I would never be here. You get me? Like you tracking what I'm saying? Like I would never be here. Like I'm so excited about what life is like. I'm not just talking about it, but you can see like I'm not just talking about it. Like I'm really excited about what is happening in my life, man. Like, man, 5 years ago, seen this little lady. I woke up, I said this because I'm a landmark event leader now. In my my final share, I say a I woke up a married person and I went to sleep a widow. Imagine that, man. You waking up a married person and you going to sleep a widower. It's yeah, but I say that because of this here. I didn't know what direction I had though. I didn't know what like at that point, but I knew the direction wasn't staying there. I instantly was like, I'm not staying in this house, right? Because me and her bought the house together, so I'm not staying in this house because I do desire. I can't say I didn't have any direction. I can't say that. No, 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 because I I was gifted with some amazing downloads that absolutely impacted my life, and I'm just carrying the stuff out now. Like my father, he wrapped his arm around me that day and that week. He did. I don't know what you believe in, but my father, he wrapped his arm around me that day. And the angels they did as well. They wrapped their arms around me. They did. They man, they did some because all week I had downloads that were phenomenal. They was unbelievable. And I tell you, it was yeah, like my direction now it's keen from that. I was like, okay, I'm selling the house. I don't want to be in Georgia no more because I didn't want to be in Georgia anymore anyways. So I was like, I'm not gonna be in Georgia anymore. Where am I going? Like that week it was like, okay, north, south, east, or west. Okay, all right, cool. Like, okay, I'm thinking about life for everybody else though. I'm thinking about life, and then I had to put in perspective. I gotta think about life for you and these kids. Like that's what you got to think about. So I really had to lock in, right? Like really had to lock in to where I was. And so the direction was, so the direction I'm living now is the direction of life. So I never knew the how. I never knew how I was gonna do, how I was gonna accomplish this, how I was gonna move this, how I was gonna do it. I was gonna move mountains. I was gonna move mountains to get to where I wanted to go to though. To heal, to be at this moment right now. It was 5 years ago that I thought about this right here. Like 5 years ago, I was dealing with, you know, what is this? February? Yeah, 5 years ago, I'm dealing with stuff. I'm dealing with stuff. I'm dealing with stuff. 5 years ago, I'm dealing with things. I'm really dealing with some stuff. Man, you gotta think about it. Like crazy. It's that, like even to just think about it. Like, but I'm here now. 5 years later, like what direction am I taking? The direction. What direction am I taking? Not how I'm gonna get there, because the how didn't matter. I knew I was going somewhere. I wasn't gonna be there. I tell you that. I knew I wasn't gonna be there. I could tell you that. I could promise you that I wasn't gonna be there. I wasn't gonna be stuck. Absence of life, not experiencing it. Now I wasn't gonna do that. So, man, let me tell you, the last 5 years, bro. It's been so. It's so like, guys. It's been so amazing. I had some trouble times. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had some trouble sometimes, but it's part of the journey as well. That it builds you. What doesn't break you builds your brand, right? And so, I'll tell you, since in the last 5 years, I've probably been on more trips than anybody. Like for real, like I ain't got no job. You know what I mean? I just got my insurance license back. Um, I had my Georgia insurance license for some years. I had it for a long time actually. But I tell you this right here though. Let me tell you a secret. I've been on about. I've gotten my passport stamped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got my passport stamped about 6 times over the last 5 years. Over the last 5 years, I got my passport stamped about 6 times though. So what direction are you taking? What direction are you taking? When are you going to step up? You're going to take ownership of your life. Take 100% of 100% ownership of your life. And guess what? Life is going to be different. Let's transform. Renewing of the mind. Renewing it. Every day, your mind can be renewed. Every day. There's nothing stopping you from your mind not being renewed. Every single day, your mind can be renewed. Yeah? So let's get rid of the how. I mean, what actions are we gonna take this week and we're gonna put in place? What actions are we gonna put in place this week for life? What action are we gonna take? Actions. All right. You just figure out what exactly you want. What exactly you want. Just figure out what exactly you want, and then we put the actions in place. Write them down. So I told you guys like a recap a little bit. I gave you guys a kind of brief understanding of what when I talk about direction or practical, and one of the biggest things is aligning your life. So write 3 goals down. Here it is. Like here's 3 goals. I mean 3. Take these 3 actions. I promise you, in the next month your life will be different. Right? You just write 3 goals down, and you just focus on those goals. Don't focus like you can write it down and you can forget about it, but like focus, like really take some thought on it. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Write down 3 goals. Lock in on them. Don't think about how you're gonna do them. Make them so freaking mind blowing. You be like, what? I come surprise yourself. Don't worry about how it's gonna happen. Just surprise yourself. Surprise yourself. And I promise you it'll be different. And then you can say, hey, and bring a friend. And check this out. Subscribe on Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube. Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube, right? So subscribe to Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube and really tap in with yourself. Like really go back and listen to this. Set them 3 goals up. That's what I did. My 3 goals now. Like I gave you guys the bigger ones, right? Like I got the got the plane, got the PJ, the money and the family. Right. Those are the 3 things. Those are massive. But one of like the 3 smaller goals is, get settled. Settled in my house. To dive into to really get into this business, right? Really get into this business. Really get in this business and to have more fun. Like have more fun. Like that. So really, when I say fun, I'm talking about like 4-wheelers. We talking about beaches. We talking about parasailing. We talking about all these things. Like we're talking about having fun, like the fun. Hot air balloons. You know, helicopters. All that stuff. Like really jump on a helicopter with somebody. But yeah, Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on IG and TikTok. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on IG and TikTok. Man, it's been so great today. Just kind of give you, to really just be here with you guys and be present. Um, Today's a long day. You know, so blessed, so blessed, blessed to be present and grateful to be here with you guys. And um, I'm gonna leave you with this though. I'm gonna leave you with this. If you can have anything you want, what would it be? You can have anything you want. What would it be? What have you been doing to get it? What do you already have? So really think about those things. As you are your lovely week, it's the last 2 days of Black History Month, right? Shout out to all the Black history that has been made this month. You know, um, some powerful people that have graced this world, um, and all of that stuff. And it's so beautiful to really just think about. So really think about that right there. And Black History Month, celebrate somebody, whomever you want to celebrate in that space. But just know, man, let's tap in. Like, what's direction? What does your direction look like? Like it's just like a GPS. It's just like a GPS. You put in a GPS, you putting the coordinates into the GPS. So you put the address into the GPS. You putting it in there. And so really see what direction. Like when you put it in GPS, you don't know how. You don't never say how is this gonna happen. Right? You never say how. You just put it in GPS and you go. So that's what I would definitely leave you with. What exactly you want? It's already March. It's already the first quarter. We got 1 month left in the first quarter. Like 1 month left in the first quarter. My year so far. Like I never asked how though. I never asked how. I do the work that I need to do, and I put the work in, and I get the results. And if I don't like the results, I do it over again. If I don't like the results, I do it over again. I don't ask how, man. I just don't ask. Just don't. I get nothing from asking how. But just let me tell you guys, have a great week. Follow me on Battle Tested Podcast on YouTube. Battle Tested Podcast. Go and subscribe. Subscribe. Go back and rewatch it. Follow me on Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on IG and TikTok. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on IG and TikTok. Battle Tested. What doesn't break you, build your brand. Battle Tested. What doesn't break you, build your brand. And guys, remember this week when you're in the middle of something, whatever it is you're in the middle of, think about this right here. One day at a time, one moment at a time. I see you guys. Be easy.